Hello, everybody. This is Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. I'm Kevin Pereira. Big announcements. Big announcement. You're going to hear this. Olivia Munn just had birth. Gave birth to her third child, everybody. Woo! So she's 3 for 12. Woo! Filling in, Mr. Chris Hardwick is here.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. We're live on Tuesday, June 10th. Thanks for tuning in to see the sausage party.
Woo!
Sword fight. Sword fight. Sword fight.
Is that a Pepperidge Farm Off?
Yeah, it is. With a cheese log.
On the show today, we've got breaking news of national importance. The Office meltdown is confirmed fake.
What? We told you. We told you.
And around the net, we'll reveal what this famous meltdown is viral for, and it's something much more awesome than beauty products, by the way. Plus, in Break Moments in De-Evolution, we'll look at the modern-day carbon dating of society's downfall. Up today, a backyard wrestling move that almost breaks 2 necks. 2 very, very red necks.
Also, Person, I'll give you a complete rundown of all the big announcements from yesterday's Worldwide Developers Conference.
Woo!
That's right. The iPhone 2.0 is official, and I'll talk with experts from Wired, CNET, Gizmodo, and Macworld about what we can expect when it's released July 11th. And in DVDuesday, Chris Gore will review Funny Games Jumper and our Father's Day pick Otis, a torture porn satire that old dad will surely get a kick out of. It's time now to run down the top 5 things on the web.
Let's do it. We're going.
Around the net! Wow.
We should have spotted him more often and left the producers to the show.
Seriously.
Well done.
No, they're fans.
All right, coming in at number 5. Yeah! It's a courtesy of the skater who makes the ultimate sacrifice. What am I talking about? Manhood. You know you hit your balls hard when you lose a shoe.
You okay?
I'm all right, but I don't get what that. Do you hear that?
Wait, what is that?
Do you hear?
It sounds like bells. Monk shot.
Yeah, I forgot about the monk shot.
Okay,
See, I guess,
okay.
well,
You better tell them.
for the ladies at home who don't know, every time a fella is struck in the old manitalia, a special order of monks honor the departed sperm globes with this not-so-solemn observance. Thank you.
Tossing.
Thank you,
By the way,
Matt.
I'm familiar with this work, having been struck several times in the cargo hold back on the old MTV.
Notice that. You used to ask for it, though.
I did.
Pre-show
Well,
warm-up.
it's good television. And by the way, I also saw the cribs at the Monkshot Monastery. It's a very lavish order of
But they
monks.
pre-crack there. This is the real deal.
They crack as the monks are actually struck for the impending return of the Lord.
Thank you, Padre. You're truly doing the Lord's work. Thanks for
Good
that.
nut tossing there.
Thanks for the monk shot.
Thanks for that tossing, buddy. Over 9 million nerds around the globe play World of Warcraft, and today's number 4 is huge news of Blizzard's sequel.
Yes, it looks like the Onion News Network actually scooped X-Play for once with this special report. I know.
Yeah, don't freak out.
Pay attention, though. This details the world of World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. It has 9 million players worldwide. Here at the Blizzard Entertainment offices, creators say they couldn't be any more excited about the new expansion pack, World of Warcraft.
So here I'm playing as a character named Greg, who's playing World of Warcraft as a level 3 gnome rogue. So I'm gonna press my up arrow key, and that's gonna make him press his up arrow key.
My avatar is the biggest World of Warcraft fan in the whole World of Warcraft world.
The game promises to bring a level of realism to video gaming never before seen.
When you're staring at the computer screen, you actually believe that you're in a dimly lit basement staring at a computer screen.
For the Onion News Network, I'm Jeff Tate.
You know, as your character progresses, you can summon headphones to drown out the cry of your hungry baby.
Oh, I think crying babies are like white noise to World of Warcraft.
Well, they don't
players
even
at this
hear
point.
him. Yeah. That is in the human world, they would say, because they all talk like robots.
Busy rating. Coming in at number 3 today is a video of a car wreck in Poland.
Apparently, a television news crew was driving to Warsaw and had to swerve to avoid some obstacles on both sides of the road. They captured the entire scene from a dashboard cam. What a bunch of stupid jerks!
No. no, wrong reaction.
Oh.
Wrong reaction.
Sorry.
Okay. We were convinced that this was a viral video. We didn't understand why a TV news crew would have, like, running mounted cameras in their car for the drive home. It just didn't make sense, but maybe that's how Europe does it.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
I don't know. We did, however, run into this video through our patented shenaniganometer just to be safe. We didn't actually find any evidence of shenanigans, but we did find out what they were trying to avoid in the road.
Gotta watch out.
See, someone got hit in the stones in Poland, and that's why the monk showed
He's
up.
got to be there. He's got to throw the traditional walnuts.
Yeah.
Well, luckily no one was injured in the accident.
You know, if that monk had been hit, though, we would have to declare a moratorium on monk shots for at least a month.
Which would cripple our show beyond repair.
But that didn't happen.
But it didn't happen. We avoided it narrowly. So thank you for living, nutshot monk guy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Coming in at number 2 today is some footage from a local news report from Little Rock, Arkansas, KARK Channel 4.
Oh, the old Kark 4, huh?
Kark 4.
You used to watch the Kark. The watermark was burnt right into your little CRT,
Kark 4 was fine.
Love the Kark. Now, although this video looks like it comes from the pre-internet age, it's got the classic integrity and steadfastness and objective observation that really guarantee it an eternal place in the pantheon of good journalism. Kark 4.
What really happened on that Thursday here at Augusta High School that led to Chris Wood's death?
The f is that? I'm dying in this country ass up town. Flying in my mouth. I can't see pollen. And let's get the out of this country, mother. I can't even see me.
You know, I have to say, I have been to Augusta. It is a country-ass town.
I told you it was good reporting.
Yeah, it is.
Kark 4 is on it.
Yeah, I'm from Tennessee. I can totally talk about the South. What do you guys have? Nothing.
Oh! Have a walnut. Finally, today's number 1 item comes to us indirectly from a very old Around the Net item.
That's right. Last week we showed this video of an office drone supposedly freaking out at work. We sent it to the Supreme Court of Shenanigans, who found it to be a likely fake.
And today it turned out that their ruling, as always, was just and true. Huh? Another success for the Supreme Court of Shenanigans. Apparently, Timur Bekmambetov.
That's not a real name.
Which is, we should brand the name. The director of the new movie Wanted, he announced on his blog that the cubicle meltdown was actually a viral ad for the movie. Exactly. Like, how you'd piece that together on your own is still up in the air, but at least we know now, right?
That's right. Well, one thing we didn't know until today, however, Kev, was that much more badass Russian trailer for Wanted than in the States.
Much more
here.
badass.
Yeah.
В твоей жизни все не так. Пусто, тоскливо, и кажется, что ничего уже не исправить. Это трудно. Боль, страх, отчаяние. Ты готов. А больше у тебя просто нет времени.
С 26 июня в России. Фильм Тимура Бекмамбетова «Особо опасен».
Right? You like that home rowing that guy got?
That was awesome.
Now, here's the thing. You got to watch it online because the Red Band trailer is incredible. The American trailer is like, oh, look at Angelina Jolie. She's wearing tight clothes. And their
She had
trailer,
twins in her body.
yeah, their internet trailer is like, oh, watch this awesome drill bullet flying through a dude's face. I mean, what gives?
Well, it's what you get when you live in an oppressive, autocratic dystopia masquerading as a democracy.
Right, so
Calm down.
why didn't we get it then?
That's what I was trying to... switcheroo. I just
Your
knocked
daily
off your
viral fix.
walnuts.
And to check out, can we get a gong? Check out the viral videos we have to offer. Go to g4tv.com/aroundthenet. And now, sir, why don't you please tell the fellas at home what awaits them this evening?
All right. First of all, my sex face. Oh.
We're ditching the censors and cleaning up the blurs as we take you inside the wildest videos the web has to offer. It's time to offer up the craziest content we're not allowed to show you in prime time. Anything goes in Around the Net. Have you ever wondered where beautiful people come from? Well, sorry, it's not about self-confidence or trying to be a good person. It all boils down to genetics. If you don't believe us, take a look at Daniela Saraiva. This 23-year-old Sports Illustrated model has to be one of the hottest women on Earth. And we're pretty sure it has nothing to do with her philanthropic efforts. You see, Daniela's mom, Mara Lucia, was one of Brazil's sexiest models just a few decades ago. Keeping up with a rich heritage of hotness, it didn't take Daniela long to follow in her mother's beautiful footsteps. At 5'10", it seems obvious to us that this lovely Brazilian was born to be a model and will hopefully continue her family's long-standing tradition of making the world more beautiful. We're saving the internet one bashful virgin at a time, so check back next time for more Around the Net.
DVD release and look of extras of Doug Lyman's jumper.
Nice. And then later in robot news, we're going to laugh in the face of science. Laugh in the face of science. Oh, take that, face of science. We'll unveil a flying robotic jellyfish. What? I just read it. My happy zone. Hey, everybody, we are live, and it is, in fact, time for the headlines.
Here's the only news you need to know.
Where?
I'm Allison Hayslip, and here are your top stories. We're all nursing Apple hangovers today, and anyone buying the new 3G phone will also end up paying a price. AT&T charged 2G iPhone customers $20 for unlimited data, plus they got 200 text messages for free. Owners of the 3G phone will have to fork over $30 for unlimited data and get nothing for free. And if you're a business user, you'll have to pay $45. But for once, early adopters won't get screwed. If you already have an iPhone, you'll get to keep your rates. You'll just have to sign another 2-year contract. If you can't get enough of Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert, now you can head over to Hulu and get your fix. The video site has full episodes of both shows available online. It's a bit of a surprise because Comedy Central is part of Viacom, and Viacom hasn't signed an agreement with NBC and News Corp, who own Hulu. But who cares, as long as we get to watch The Daily Show and Stephen Colbert on demand. And just when you already liked Hulu, it gets better. Soon you'll be able to watch PBS programs like Nova and Wired Science on demand, too. The entertainment industry is desperate to keep control over their content, and now they've even asked the FCC for help in the fight against piracy. The MPAA wants the FCC to allow them to block people from recording certain movies using their DVRs. If they aren't allowed to block the movies entirely, they want to downgrade the quality so people recording them get a crappy picture. It's much easier to petition the FCC than try to come up with a new business model. It's not just the MPAA that doesn't seem to get new media. Metallica is acting up again. They invited music journalists and bloggers to a listening party last week to hear tracks off their new album. And since nobody was asked to keep it on the down low or sign papers saying they wouldn't talk about it, most of them went home and wrote reviews on the web. Now, representatives of the band are demanding that they take down the reviews. They claim that they didn't hear a final mix of the song, so it's not fair to judge them. So wait, why did they have this party in the first place? And finally, we're all looking forward to 2010 when Iron Man 2 comes out. All of us except maybe Jon Favreau. Terrence Howard said he's stepping into the armored shoes of War Machine when filming begins in 2009. But Favreau posted a note to fans saying that finishing the film for a 2010 release date is unrealistic. Right now, there's no script or writers. We love that Jon Favreau is so concerned about the quality of the film, but here's the bad news. A rumor over at IESB.net says Favreau isn't officially signed on to direct Iron Man 2 because he and Marvel can't agree on his fee. Please don't make us beg. Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Stay tuned to G4 all day and look for the feed ticker at the bottom of your screen. We'll have all the news you need to know as it happens. I'm Allison Hayslip, and you've just been fed.
Thank you for that, Allison. Now, Sorry, I couldn't find myself. The Webby Awards Committee presented statues to the winners in New York City last night, and G4 was there to pick up a Best Music Webby for Freestyle 101. So, congratulations to the Freestyle 101 team. It's probably one of my favorite internet shorts, and bring back some bagels, guys. All right, DVDs. You know them, you love them, you spend way too much money on them, or you don't a little too much. And film expert Chris Gore is here for your weekly review of the new ones. It's time for DVDuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, our film maven, Count Chris Gore is here! I froze like a sad computer powering down because I'm like, I like DVD Kid. I really like that nickname. I wish you came out with holsters and DVDs in them. And just,
that'd be great. Hey guys,
hey,
let's review some DVDs.
Look, everybody, it's the DVD Kid. What's up first, Chris?
What's up first? We have Funny Games.
Okay.
Funny Games is, it's in the torture porn genre.
This is a remake, though, right?
It is a remake. The director made this film almost shot for shot the same, like 10 years ago. And this new film stars Naomi Watts and Tim Roth. They're this couple who are summering with their kid. And they're going to their summer home. And they're visited by two guys that are way too polite. In fact, they're so polite, they're irritating, annoying, and start to torture them with some games.
Literally torture them.
Yeah, no, literally.
I mean, is this a tongue-in-cheek type movie? I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking at it now. It almost seems Pleasantville in nature, of like you say they're going summering and they're being tortured.
It's so creepy because the performances of the two nemesis, so to speak. Nemesis. I mean, these guys are creepy, and it's one of those things where the torture scenes go on in real time. So you see a scene where Tim Roth's character, his leg is broken, Naomi Watts is tied up and she's hopping to turn the scene off. But it takes so long to play out. It's just
you're finished before the scene's over.
Correct.
That's terrible. What about the extras though? Did they give you like a?
Well, that's the thing. This would have been a film that would have been good with some extras. Combine it with the original movie, some commentary stuff. There are no extras to speak of. Nothing on
no
this.
Commentary? No?
Zero. And really, this is a movie that deserves some kind of explanation. Why, I can't even tell you some of the gruesome stuff that happens. They kill a dog in the opening scene.
We just told us some of the gruesome stuff that happens.
Well, that's one of the things. There's something worse that happens.
I can't tell you a single thing about it. But let me describe the driver going through this puppy's head. Man, it just rips those cute little furry ears right off.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so what's the bottom line then? No extras. It sounds like the movie's good though. Is it a rent? Is it a buy?
No, pass.
Oh, okay.
Waste your time.
Big pass on the funny games. All right, let's move on to a movie that I honestly kind of wish I'd have passed on. Jumper.
Jumper. I actually quite like Jumper. Of course, this is, Hayden Christensen is this guy who can jump different places. He's transporting through.
Right. Whether it's from one side of the couch to get a remote or halfway across the world, he can kind of teleport.
Right. I happen to like the film. I thought it was fun for what it was.
It was fun. I will give you that. It was fun.
The effects were cool. Doug Liman. Doug Liman does a great job. I just like his visual style. He tries to reinvent every genre he gets involved with. In this, he's trying to reinvent the superhero genre.
Right. And now they're releasing on Blu-ray. When I saw this, I figured, look, it's a superhero-esque movie.
Right.
It's definitely aimed toward that hula hooping tween market. When they release this on DVD, they're going to have it jam-packed with awesome video extras and cool branching storylines or alternate endings. Am I getting any of that?
Yes. In fact, this is one of the first Blu-ray releases that actually uses what Blu-ray can do, where you can bring up the menu during the movie.
Nice.
You can access all kinds of extras, bounce back and forth.
The picture-in-picture where you can see how a scene's being made and all that stuff.
Amazing. I think one of the things that was interesting about it is on the commentary with Doug Liman, he talks about how they had planned this as a trilogy, but what's a little disappointing is the movie he's describing as the trilogy sounds better than the movie I'm watching.
Of course.
Like,
gotta wait for Jumper 2 still happen.
If they exactly. If they'd combined the events in Jumper into the first half hour and made the trilogy as one movie, it
might have been good. Instead, spread it out, put it on Blu-ray, and what's the bottom line?
Rent it. Definitely worth a rent. It's worth checking out.
All right, sounds good. Cool. And finally, we're going to move on to Otis. Sequel to Milo and Otis. Fantastic film. Puppy dog and kitten lost in the wilderness, just trying to get their way back to the farm.
If only it were. Otis is a parody of torture porn. It's a spoof of torture porn movies.
So this is like
I'm not kidding.
Well, okay, so this is like the teen movie. What's that?
Not another teen movie.
Not another teen movie. Is it that version, but for torture porn instead of scary movies?
For torture porn with Ileana Douglas and.
Boy, the genre has really gone on that long and had that many movies turned out that now they can do that.
You know a genre is dead when they make the spoof movie, like Blazing Saddles. The Western was dead. But this thing is that what they don't realize is torture porn stuff is kind of funny from the standpoint of, like, with Hostel and Hostel 2. It has its funny moments because horror and comedy kind of collide. In this, you don't know whether
Is this funny?
No. No, I mean, it does have its moments. I will say the trailer to this movie is one of the funniest trailers I've seen in years. The movie does not deliver.
Wow. And any extras that we should even bother with on this one?
The most boring commentary I've ever heard. The two guys who should have had cups of coffee before you do the commentary. Guys, wake up.
All right. So bottom line on this one sounds like another pass. All right. So we got a pass, a rent, and a pass. Halfway decent DVDuesday then, huh? We got a rent out of that. Fire up the Netflix. Chris, thank you so much for coming by.
Thanks again for having me.
Appreciate you saving us a couple bucks on some films. Guys, visit filmthreat.com for more movie info. Seriously, you saved me some money. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right now, Hardwick has some more information about the second coming of the Jesus phone.
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. So, yesterday, I was at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference in San Francisco, bringing you all the big news from Apple. The iPhone 2.0 is real and will be released into the world in 31 days. Now that we've had 24 hours to actually digest the news, it's time to see what the tech experts think. Here's all the things you didn't see yesterday in a Kia Road Report. Hey, it's Chris Hardwick here at the WWDC. No, it's not some weird kind of wrestling federation. It's Apple, the Worldwide Developers Conference. I know you've been waiting for information about the iPhone, SDK, iPhone apps. We're going to cram all that and aggregate it into one easily digestible kernel. Over 5,200 attendees were on hand for this year's sold-out keynote event at the Moscone Center.
Any Apple keynote, the energy is huge. Everybody cheers. As soon as Steve walks onto stage, everyone just sort of explodes.
We're going to take it to the next level.
Kicking off the keynote, Apple announced some major updates to the iPhone 2.0 software bundle, including contact searches, bulk delete, and complete support of Microsoft Office documents. But what riled up the crowd most of all was enterprise support.
As you know, we'd like to be able to hook our iPhones up wirelessly to Microsoft Exchange.
Do you think that regular consumers will feel a little snubbed by Apple, that so much attention was paid to the enterprise program and maybe not enough to some other features that we wanted to see, like MMS or copying and pasting text?
Right. This is kind of a more for enterprise, more for developers conference, and less of a for consumers conference.
Showing off more than a dozen new iPhone apps, everything from impressive tilt-controlled games to instant vlogging, all accessible on Apple's new App Store.
Sega has really cool games. A really cool game called Monkey Ball.
Monkey Ball, yeah.
Super Monkey Ball. That was really cool. An application that lets you locate where your friends are. That was really cool. You can see where your friends are on Google Maps.
One thing that Apple's been criticized on over the last year is not having third-party applications, not giving everybody a chance to do it. But with the App Store, it's iTunes. You go in, you click, yeah, I want to download this for free, or I want to buy this for $2, and it downloads and it's installed.
MobileMe, an app aimed at dethroning Microsoft Exchange, will help all your devices stay in sync.
MobileMe is going to be a great thing because it deals with so many different systems, and there's no limit to the number of systems that you can have available to that. You know, your person at work can change a scheduled meeting, and, you know, you can stay out for a beer that much longer.
We've created the iPhone 3G, and it's beautiful.
It's everything you wanted the first time around. 3G for near Wi-Fi speeds, a flush headphone jack, better audio, and an extended battery life at a price that makes this the one phone that rules them all.
The reality is everybody wants an iPhone, but nobody can afford it. So this is going to make it affordable to the masses. I think some of the entrenched older players are the ones who really got to take notice.
Should people rush out, get into line now, or should they wait a few months?
I think they should go buy it because $189 is a really good price. And all the reservations we'd had, the slow internet, the non-functional third-party applications, those were all solved. And I think all those things come together to make this a really good buy.
Well, I bet your brain is tired from all the information we just crammed into it. I, for one, am going to rush out and get the new iPhone in a month when it's available. But don't you love me anymore, Chris? No, you were adopted, and I'm going to replace you. Full disclosure, Messiah Phone 2.0 still does not have cut and paste.
What is going on with that?
I don't know.
It does have Super Monkey Ball, though, so who needs the cut and paste info?
Still ahead. We'll look at Pacemaker, Pocket DJ, and Gadgetron. It's got a 120 gig hard drive to hold all those 11-minute extended remixes.
Holla. And then later, we'll throw ourselves out the window to celebrate the happening. Or we'll just, talk to M. Night Shyamalan and Zooey Deschanel. Either way, you have to come back and find out which we choose. Stick around.
The feed is brought to you by the U.S. Army. There's strong, and then there's Army Strong. Find out more at GoArmy.com.
Hey, everybody, this just in. Tomatoes will give you salmonella, but tech will not, unless you rub it in raw chicken and lick it. Time to review the latest. Here's Gadgetron. My. We have a lot of hardware here today, Chris.
That's right, but none of which we're going to rub in raw chicken. It's the Pacemaker Pocket DJ. Dick Cheney doesn't have one, but the guy getting laid at the party will. It mixes between, I can't wrap my mind around that kind of party sex. This mixes between two channels. It has a 120 gig hard drive and is the latest advancement in DJ technology. Since our music has been reduced to digital bits and bytes, Tonium mixes it all in the palm of our hand with the Pacemaker. The world's first pocket-sized DJ system, the Pacemaker allows you limitless mixing between 2 channels by beat matching, pitch bending, looping, and crossfading all of your favorite music on its 120 gig hard drive. With 2 separate outputs and the Pacemaker editor software, bring the party in your pocket for $950.
All right, Chris. Honestly, when I first heard about this thing and saw it, I said, okay, that's a cute gimmick. We are going to bash this to high heaven on the show, and it's pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. Well, let me tell you what it is. It's basically an MP3 player with a 120 gig hard drive. It has 2 channels, so you can crossfade between each channel using the line out, and then you can queue up each channel with headphones. This allows you to match beats both on channels and mix the way it should be.
That sounds wicked, Chris.
It is.
How do I know how many beats per minute each track is, though?
Well, either your Psychic or the Pacemaker editor will actually help you with that. So you drop all the music into the software, and it calculates your BPMs. The software takes way too long to do this, and it's actually not the most accurate. But once you know how fast or slow the songs are, you can do all your mixing from the software. Visually, it's really easy to match beats by dragging the BPM line up or down to slow up or speed up the sound.
Okay.
And you can add effects like filters, loops, crossfades, and the software supports all the functions of the Pacemaker itself. So you can save your mixes on the device or upload them to the Pacemaker site yourself.
Well, that's cool. I mean, the software obviously is only half of this equation. I think the coolest part is the device itself, because it's all in one. You take it anywhere. If there's a line in at a party, you're good to go. You can DJ right from your pocket. But let's match some beats, shall we?
All right. Well, so let me just walk you through this a little bit. So first you select the channel.
These headphones and
you throw on the headphones like in a DJ, and you got to bounce up and down like you're at a party and chicks are coming up to you.
Okay.
Then you double tap the touchpad.
There's the
Call up a song on each button. Each button has a million different functions depending on whether you're holding up the Pacemaker on which side. Then you match the BPMs, cue the track on your headphones, and play it according to the other channel's beat. So if you want to do effects, you have to know the combination of touching on the pad, which is a little wonky, but it's the same with lots of other functions, and this is where the beginners kind of get screwed up. So, do you want to?
This is where the cable television hosts get kind of screwed up.
Well, you're not a professional DJ. So are you a professional DJ?
I play one on TV.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Thanks to the Pacemaker.
Sure.
Yeah, so here it is. Essentially, right now, you can see this faint white dot is what I'm hearing in my headphones.
Yeah, that's the preview.
Which is this deck over here, and then this brighter white dot is the second deck that's over there. There you go. Now you can see it. So if I fade on over, you can hear that I've done a terrible job of actually matching the beats.
Yeah, but don't you feel that the touch response is very similar to the iPhone? Like, it's got a really nice response to it.
Very iPhone. What I love is, like, here, we're hearing a track playing. I can select the decks with these buttons here, which is nice and easy. But then if I go to, like, this deck that we're listening to, if I push up on the selector, as you said, it turns this touchpad into an effect pad, so I can add some reverb.
Whoa! That's echoey.
And then go over here and do a little high cut, little low cut.
You are a disc jockey.
Watch out, ladies.
DJ Mangina.
It's pretty sweet. I'm train wrecking all over the place. Look, in my hands, in 5 seconds, terrible. In somebody else's hands for maybe 5 hours, could be really,
a little bit
really
of practice.
awesome. Yeah,
it is a very expensive device.
$950.
$950 is a lot of money, which I think is kind of nice because it keeps DJing out of the main populace, so everyone doesn't think they're a DJ. But, however, I honestly think that it should be a little bit lower than that.
It's got to be a little bit lower. But let's say they get the price down to $300 to $400.
$300 or $400 would be good.
Worth it for
and also,
pretty much
by the way,
everybody.
it's not even quite available in the States yet. So let's just start right there. But when it is, if they drop the price, if there were a few more buttons, that would be nice. And then again, just.
I would love like an iPod interface or something where I can connect this device to like an iPod where I've got my music, like an 80 gig something, and play it, or maybe like a thumb drive add-on you were talking about before the show.
Just throw in the end, and then but it doesn't have that yet. But 160 gig internal is not bad, and then you can play with it wherever you want.
Pacemaker says they have it for about $700 online.
We weren't able to find that though, so I guess that is somewhere, but we haven't found that yet.
It's in the magical land of the internet.
In the magical land of the interwebs, hidden for all to see.
Pretty sweet device, though. That's it for today's Gadget Prime, everybody. For even more of the latest news on computers and tech, check out g4tv.com/thefeed.
Now get ready to change your trousers because they're about to get soiled.
Nope, too late. Imagine a world of cyborg monkeys.
Oh, robotic jellyfish.
Droids who are hooked on phonics.
Arms with minds of their own.
You lost me on that one.
Exactly.
Okay,
here's the latest robot news.
Okay.
Holy cyborg monkeys! Robots are among us, and they just keep getting stranger. Researchers at the University of Pittsburgh have implanted tiny electrodes into a monkey's brain, allowing it to control a mechanical arm with just its thoughts. The old saying now goes, monkey think, monkey do. The electrodes are attached to the monkey's motor cortex, which controls body movement. Signals from the motor cortex are sent to the arm's brain interface, which interprets the signals and moves the arm. researchers believe that the technology can be used on humans one day, putting us one step closer to war with those damn dirty apes. From monkeys to sea life, the German company Festo has created a robotic jellyfish that glides through the air. The machine uses a lightweight lithium-ion battery to power its 8 fins, which are attached to a helium-filled sac. The fins propel the machine through the air, making this the largest ever floating robot. And in keeping with the robotic creature theme, researchers from St. Louis University are using Fido to study how a mechanical pet can reduce loneliness in nursing homes. Turns out that a wagging tail is all these residents need to feel warm and fuzzy.
You know, she's just a good dog.
Future variations plan to be used not only for companionship, but also for medical applications such as monitoring blood pressure.
Come on, you can make it.
Animals aren't the only ones getting the cybernetic treatment. Dean Kamen, the inventor of the Segway, has recently invented a robotic prosthetic arm for returning soldiers who lost limbs in combat. Kamen calls it the Luke arm, inspired by the prosthesis in Star Wars. It is fully articulated, giving the user the same degree of movement as a natural arm.
What does it feel like wearing that?
Kind of liberating. I mean, I've been without an arm for 26 years.
Depending on the user, the arm can be controlled by nerves, muscles, or even foot pedals. It is also responsive enough to shake hands, pick up small objects, stack cups, and operate power tools. Last on the robot scene today is iCub, the first humanoid robot to develop language skills. iCub stands just 1 meter high, about the size of a 3-year-old child, and uses a language system called iTalk, a system developed to teach the robot how to speak by employing the same method that parents use to teach their children. Although right now it stands mute, iCub is learning how to speak using elementary exercises. These practices should help the robot to actually learn words, which it will then use in contextual situations. From cyborg monkeys and jellyfish to robotic dog therapy, prosthetic arms, and a learning robo-baby, the world of robotics just never ceases to amaze.
It's the future!
The cyborg monkey scares the hell out of me.
It brings me comfort.
Really?
Actually. Yeah.
That's how we're different, and somehow they get along.
Hey! You say one thing and I say something else. Hey! I've actually seen my share of cyborg monkeys around the office, and if I have one piece of advice for those rascals, it's going to be to stay out of the sun!
Ooh, nice.
At least for this summer, and enjoy G4's jam-packed schedule. Here comes a promo, kids!
Yeah, there's actually nothing worse than a sunburned cyborg monkey, so here's a game plan for the dung-flinging droids.
Oh.
Catch Season 2 of Code Monkeys, G4's animated comedy of 8-bit proportions.
Those are hearty proportions.
They certainly are, Kevin, but not by today's graphical standards.
Not really. Sunday night at 10, only on G4. Check out g4tv.com/codemonkeys if you want info and updates.
Still ahead, backyard wrestling gone wrong and break moments in de-evolution. Stay tuned.
You want to leg wrestle?
Yeah, sure.
Is that blood?
Something horrible is happening to the people in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, and it looks like these girls are the next victims. What happens next? Does the girl stab herself with the hairpin, kill her friend, or drop dead? Find out after the break.
Blood?
Something horrible is happening to the people in M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, and it looks like these girls are the next victims. What happens next? Does the girl stab herself with the hairpin, kill her friend, or drop dead? M. Night doesn't want us to tell you, but find out when The Happening hits theaters on Friday the 13th.
M. Night does not want to tell you.
I'm guessing it's not her hair comes down and she shakes her cans.
And she doesn't make a quilt or remove a splinter.
Kevin, The Happening is coming.
What's happening?
You tell me.
I don't know. Oh, the movie.
Yes.
About the movie? Oh, the movie's coming out.
Yay. Yeah. You're right. M. Night Shyamalan's latest new movie is going to happen to everyone soon, but it's very mysterious.
Hey, why would you just stop? You can't just leave us here.
We lost contact.
With who?
Everyone.
A film that tackles the demise of all of mankind. M. Night Shyamalan is at it again, scaring the piss out of everyone with his new feature, The Happening.
Where? What page was I on?
Affected by a mysterious event, the entire human race is at risk, and they're all trying to survive, as this unstoppable global incident causes the ultimate downfall.
I like to make multi-genre movies to some extent, but at this time I was like, wow, a 90-minute paranoia thriller. Just paranoia. I wanted that to be the predominant feeling.
What are they saying?
They're evacuating New York City.
He's got the movie in his head, but I love that. If I don't have a guy that's that confident and knows exactly what he wants, and I'd rather be making the decisions.
Zooey Deschanel plays Mark Wahlberg's estranged wife, who is forced to face her deepest fears in order to escape the deadly phenomenon.
I got her, Julie.
Take my daughter's hand unless you mean it.
At the beginning, in a weird way, she becomes less anxious and less neurotic as the film goes by, even though she's been through hell, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
The big picture of the film puts the relationship of the two characters in perspective.
A movie based on paranoia and fear got the actors thinking about what scares them the most.
I think I have that actor's nightmare sometimes where you're like, you wake up and you're on stage, you're naked, and you're in a play nobody told you about, and they go, you're on. Don't do this to me. I'm doing my best here not to fall down.
Well, I'm just paranoid about going back to jail and not being a good father, not being a good father and a husband and, friend.
Is the possibility of doomsday upon us?
Things are shifting, and when they're going to shift suddenly. I mean, this is how plagues came,
In a summer full of high-octane blockbusters, The Happening bucks the CGI trend with a film that focuses on the darker places of the human psyche.
Apparently not a film version of the 70s sitcom What's Happening. The Happening happens this weekend. Time to take a step back and review how we got here. Human society began in caves, and then progressed to towns and then cities. Now our future is in the stars.
Oh, if we all don't burn our ball bags off first.
Sir?
Here's this week's break moments in de-evolution. Of moronic involves a trampoline, a ladder, and two dumbasses.
Yes!
Oh!
So our rating system this week is people who say guitar instead of guitar, like a normal person. So,
God,
Kevin,
I hate those types.
How many people who say guitar do those dudes get?
Backyard wrestling's lame enough. It's even worse when you're a giant wuss and have to do it on a trampoline. So, 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Guitar.
Taught me how to play the guitar.
There you go.
All right, our next contestant had a dream, the dream of flight.
Oh, but instead he discovered his real superpower, the ability to be the dumbest person in the world.
Jeff, it's my face. Out of the face, Jeff.
That didn't make any kind of sense. In anyone's
Is the camera
realm.
on the new iPhone going to be good?
Yeah, so anyway...
all right, Mr. Hardwick. How many dudes who say guitar does this guy get?
2 out of 5. That was not very good at all.
Man, that's a nice guitar.
It wasn't a good stupid. It was just a bad stupid.
It was just a bad
poorly
stupid
shot,
and shot
didn't
on
even make any
Betamax.
sense.
Yeah. All right, finally, we go to the garage with some kids who clearly need something constructive to do with their free time.
When they got a hold of a weed whacker, they might have wanted to use it to trim the weeds covering their trailer. Instead, they used it for this.
How many you right here? Just do it.
Oh, I have said it before, and I will say it again. Nobody will pay for suicide guys on the internet.
No.
That website will not be nearly
Ever.
as popular. I don't want to watch that.
No, and that's more of a blue-collar take on it, too, with the weed whacker as well. So I wasn't really that impressed by that. Why don't they just make out and kill all the sexual tension? If the rating scale was unintentionally pleased German news groups, those dudes would get a perfect score. But it is not. It is dudes who say guitar. So, Kevin, I pose to you again, how many out of 5?
Now I'm frightened that my news group reader is downloading all those videos at home right now. I'm going to say 5 out of 5. I really think I'm sorry. It was it.
That's one hell of a guitar.
Further encouraging this kind of behavior by celebrating
As
it
we
with
should.
accolades.
What? He loses a nipple, gets $400 on break, and we get some good TV.
How'd you lose that nipple? Weed whacker? Well, you shouldn't reproduce.
Got it. Were you in a dorm room by any chance?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was.
Perfect setting.
I said matter of fact.
Now, if our presentation of these videos has made you think twice before attempting something similar,
then you're an idiot. Hey, we'll see you next week with more break moments and de-evolution. Still ahead, the New England Patriots suffered the most enjoyable Super Bowl defeat in history.
Yeah. Up next, we're months away from kickoff, but the Pats, their failing ways continue. You'll see. Well, you're seeing now, but you'll hear.
Well, the unsuccessful caboose at the end of today's show comes from the Legends of Fail, the New England Patriots.
Yes, whether they're cheating or just choking, you can always count on the Pats to stink up the place.
Today, they're fumbling through a fail-ioki rendition of The Right Stuff by New Kids on the Block. A fail on top of a fail, if you will.
Your meta fail just blew my...
No!
Wow, the Patriots have officially started off the season with a loss.
Yes, already 0-1, Beantown. Woo! I'm going to have to take down my New Kids posters now.
No,
I'm
keep
taking
them
all
up.
down, and the fan site's going down. I'm sorry, there goes the MySpace fan site.
You're not doing that for irony's sake either, are you?
No.
Now, for all the things you saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
What's ironic about a grown man's love for New Kids?
I guess nothing, really.
I had their Christmas album.
I have Boys to Men.
Well, I'm talking about music groups. I'm not talking about,
They
mail order
totally
Russian
rock
services.
it way over. Oh, no, you're right.
I know you order the boys and you turn them into men. I get it.
I have
but
a
I'm still
Natasha
saying
fetish.
It's not legal.
I have a Natasha fetish. Is that a problem?
For the law enforcement, yes, it is.
Listen, she's in customs. She'll be fine. They're feeding her.
She'll make her way through.
Look, she's going to marry me and make me a happy American.
Speaking of a happy American, stick around. Watch our Best of Gadget prom.
That sounds like a thing. I gave her a happy American.
And sent her on her way.